Hi everyone, on behalf of ISF College of Pharmacy, I, Dr. Vineet Kumar Rai, and my colleague Dr. Charan Singh welcome you all in today's session. This session of practical demonstration is about the case study of quality by design approach in formulation and development. This would lead to the improvement of your skills to optimize an experimental condition using which a quality product can be developed. Although the area of quality by design is very broad, we have just selected a case study where a central composite design based response surface methodology was used for the optimization of experimental condition for the development of transdermal patches. So let's start with the case. The title of this case is Formulation and Optimization of Galantamine Hydrobromide Loaded Gel Drug Reservoir in Transdermal Patch for Alzheimer's Disease. This investigation was done by Wu et al. In 2015. The authors have used central composite design based response surface methodology for the optimization of experimental conditions of galantamine hydrobromide transdermal patches. Based on the independent variables and dependent variables, a 3-factor 2-level experimental design was used. Change in the independent variable leads to the variation in dependent variables or critical quality attributes. Now we'll see the experimental design of this case. Authors have prepared gel-type drug reservoir system using CCT-based response surface methodology. A 3-factor 2-level design was used and 20 formulations were prepared using optimization process. They have used design of expert software version 6.0.6 Minneapolis, USA. The independent variables used were carbopol concentration, triethanolamine concentration, and galantamine hydrobromide concentration. And the dependent variables used were cumulative drug release at 8th hour, denoted by Y1, and permeation flux of the drug, that is denoted by Y2. Further, we'll see the coded labels of the independent variables used in this study. The carbopol concentration was used from 0.3% weight by weight to 0.7% weight by weight with mid value 0.5% weight by weight. The triethanolamine amount was used from 2% weight by weight to 4% weight by weight with mid value 3% weight by weight, and galantamine hydrobromide amount was used from 2% to 4% with mid value 3% weight by weight. As the authors used CCD, 2 more levels were created. Minus alpha was the lowest possible concentration and alpha plus alpha was the highest possible concentration used to develop the transdermal patch. Using this experimental design, they prepared total 20 batches. Out of all, 6 axial points batches, 8 factorial point batches, and 6 center point batches were prepared. Value of the Y1 was found to be in the range of 4.15 to 15.43 milligram per centimeter square, and value of Y2 was found to be in the range of 0.02 to 1.95 milligram per centimeter square per hour. The quadratic equation developed for cumulative drug release at 8th hour of the study period and permeation flux can be seen here. Values in negative shows inverse correlation with the dependent parameters. However, positive values shows direct correlation with the dependent variables. ANOVA table depicts the value of predicted R square and adjusted R square. As we can see from the table, the difference between predicted R square and adjusted R square should not be more than 0.2 for model suitability. Here, the model was found to be suitable. The effect of individual ingredients on Y1 and Y2 was investigated in these 2D graphs. The increase in carbopol and triethanolamine showed inverse or negative correlation with both cumulative release and permeation flux. However, galantamine hydrobromide concentration showed positive correlation with both of the dependent variables. Cumulative release of permeation flux, both are desired to be highest enough for better drug delivery through the transdermal system. As per this Observation: only galantamine hydrobromide concentration showed positive correlation with both the dependent variables. However, carbopol and TEA concentration showed inverse correlation with both of the dependent variables. Hence, the effect of these two concentrations was more significant for the optimization process. Therefore, the correlation between the combination of carbopol and TEA concentration with both of the dependent variables were also investigated in 3D response surface graphs along with 2D counter plots. These graphs shows the interaction between these two independent variables either with cumulative release at 8th hour of the study or with the permeation flux. Now the time for model validation and response optimization. The cumulative drug release amount at 8th hour of the study and permeation flux were required to be higher. The highest value of Y1 and Y2 were observed when the gel formulation was developed using 0.89% weight by weight carbopol, 1.16% weight by weight triethanolamine and 4.19% weight by weight galantamine hydrobromide. Using these conditions, 3 batches were prepared and the values of cumulative drug release amount at 8th hour and permeation flux were correlated with predicted values given in this table. Observing the table data, it can be concluded that the standard deviation between the actual and predicted values of Y1 and Y2 are not more than 0.7. The acceptable limit can be up to 5%. It showed the model suitability and optimization of experimental conditions using which a quality product can be developed with desired therapeutic efficacy and safety. Finally, the characteristics of the optimized gel and patches can be found in this table with pH near to skin, up to 96% drug content, 68% drug release and high permeation flux of the drug. This is how we can optimize a formulation for better quality. This was all about the case study of quality by design in formulation development. Hope we will get back to you with some more useful demonstration in near future. Thanks for watching.